Everyone, so I want to in this video talk to you about the difference between playwriting and playwriting, which sounds the same but are actually spelled two different ways. Playwriting is usually spelled like the top word on the screen here, W-R-I-T-I-N-G, which suggests it's about writing words. But the word playwright, someone who actually writes a play, is spelled W-R-I-G-H-T at the end. Why is that? Well, there's an interesting reason, and it tells you a lot about the craft that you'll be learning. Where else have you seen this suffix right? A suffix is a bit that goes on the end of a word. You've probably seen it in surnames. So Wright is a surname, like Ian Wright. There is also Cartwright. Back in the day, there was a shipwright. That was a trade. There was also a wheelwright even longer ago than that. This suffix "right" refers to a maker of those things. So a cartwright made a cart, a shipwright made a ship, a wheelwright made a wheel. So what does that mean for playwrights? Well, it suggests that playwrights make, they don't write with words, they make, W-R-I-G-H-T, the play. And the root of that word, write, W-R-I-G-H-T, comes from the same as the verb to wring, as in like to wring water out of a piece of cloth. So it means to squeeze, to fashion or manipulate. So that's actually what you're doing. You're writing, W-R-I-G-H-T, the action of the play, and the words that you write, the characters' speech and dialogue, is just the illustration of what's actually going on underneath. So it's a bit misleading because playwriting has actually got the wrong suffix, in my opinion, and it should be spelled W-R-I-G-H-T. Wrought iron is an example. So wrought iron is what bridges were made out of back in Victorian times, and that was literally they would melt down the iron and fashion it into a bridge. And that's what you're doing with life and drama. You're taking ideas from life and you're distilling them and you're melting them down and fashioning them into a story. So the play text, this thing here, which you can buy in the bookshops, isn't the play. It's not like a book where it's for a reader to read. It's actually instructions for actors to follow to create the play. Now, you can, of course, read plays, and you should, but actually they're for use in the rehearsal room. So here's an example. This is from a play of ours last year, Does My Bomb Look Big in This, by Nyla Levy. The play is what you actually see in the theatre, and the text that you write, the script, is just the instructions to achieve that end product, the performance. So playwriting has more in common with sheet music than novels. Sheet music is instructions for musicians or singers to follow to make the song, to perform the song. That's what a play script is like. It's not like a book. It's not designed to be read one-to-one by a reader. That's really important. It's for actors to perform to an audience. So I think playwriting should be spelled like this, and that's why I've spelt it like this on this series, because I think that what we do is we make a three-dimensional thing. We don't write words, or we don't only write words. So this thing about an audience watching is really important. There's got to be something going on underneath the words in order to hold their attention. Actions speak louder than words. And I'll show you a quick example. There's a little exercise you can do. So let's say we've got two characters, A and B. A goes, "Hey, B," and B says, "Oh, hey." So underneath those lines is an action. And A's action is, "I need a favor. Hey, B, what's going on? Can I borrow some money?" Whatever it is they're about to say. That's all in the subtext, what's underneath the text. And B's action is, "Go away, I'm busy, I don't like you." You can tell it's not a very enthusiastic reaction. And the easiest way to think about this is as active verbs for each character. So for A, their action is to charm or persuade, they want something. And B's is to ignore or to snub. So they're still performing an action, even though it's a blocking action. So the writing is the W-R-I-T-E of the words is only the surface. Underneath that, you are writing W-R-I-G-H-T, the actions underneath. So have a go at this with just two lines, A and B, ordinary words, just like this. "How are you?" says A. "Can't complain," says B. That's it. But then I want you to think about the actions underneath. So what is A trying to achieve? What does A want from B by saying that thing? And what does B want in return? Have a go at this, and you'll have taken the first steps in writing rather than writing. See you on the next video. 6-word plays.